Have you ever taken the time to think of all the things you gotta do to get a girl? Yeah, it's a long list, but women still think dating as a man is easy. Take a look.
There's this term in video games called carrying. So when you carry someone in a video game, they suck at the video game, you have to do all the work, and you bring them to the win. That's how most men feel when it comes to courtship with women. We have to do everything. Ask you out, pay for the date, set up the date, plan the date, go for the first kiss, move things forward, handle everything. So women have the privilege of not really acknowledging or knowing all the work that goes into actually going from matching with you on the dating app or meeting you all the way to sex and then moving forward from that. So him pulling back is just him being like, well, I've been carrying you. After a period of time, if you aren't starting to put in mutual effort in meeting him, then guys are going to be like, either she's just not interested or I'm fucking tired of carrying this relationship.
A man is expected to do all things right. First off, matching on a dating app is hard for men. If you're lucky, you match with some girls and start talking to them. Then you have to set up the date, plan for everything, etc. It's a pain in the neck for the most part, and women are rarely willing to put in any effort. Imagine that you go through this entire process and make a tiny mistake at some point. Then it all falls apart. The girl gets flaky, uninterested, and whatnot. All the efforts go down the sewer, and she just cuts the relationship immediately. A man's efforts are just irrelevant, and if he's just not good enough, he gets ghosted. This is how complicated dating is for men. Plus, women are very unclear, give mixed signals, but still expect men to perform. Dating is a low ROI activity, not only because of competition, but also because women make things unnecessarily complex and act like whimsical kids who complain when they don't get what they want. Their facial expressions confirm they're airheads. They probably acted like they were listening. Once a man says the truth, these women turn their brain off, or worse, they respond with things like, I deserve it because I invest time in my makeup, outfit, and looking pretty for him. As if men didn't take time getting ready and looking good. I think this is the reason that many single guys will almost instantly fall for a girl that asks them out instead of the other way around. It shows that she's willing to put in effort. That's right, a woman with initiative is the rarest of species. After playing the game on hard mode, it feels refreshing to play it in easy mode at least for a split second. Then the courts make us carry them after divorce. Perfect pun. From courtship to the courts, and that's just the way it is if you find a woman who uses the powers of the Me Too movement. You might get in jail after everything looks just fine. Keep your eyes open. A lot of women will use manipulation tactics on you. That's just the way it is, and it looks like being assertive or polite when enforcing boundaries is not enough.
Another gaslighting tactic that women will use is when they twist your words. So you'll say something very basic, very direct, and they'll take that and make it mean something else and have a problem with it. So you'll say something like, hey man, listen, I just want to relax. I really don't feel like going out tonight. I don't feel like going out to eat tonight. A lot of women will take that and say, oh, well, if you don't want to hang out with me, just say that. If you don't want to be around me or you don't want to be around me and hang out with me, just say that. That's gaslighting. She heard exactly what you said, but she's being selfish in a sense to where she's trying to guilt trip you because you are drained or you don't feel like doing something. Women do shit like that. That's gaslighting. Or let's say you tell your woman, I don't really like the way that you're talking to me right now. I don't really like the way that you disrespect me. Right? And instead of dealing with and being accountable for that, they'll take what you say and catastrophize it and say, oh, well, you're just saying I'm just the meanest, rudest to you ever. I'm just the rudest person in the world. I'm just no good, huh? That's gaslighting, bro. You see what I'm saying? Or you could say something like, hey, I feel like you're not listening to me. Oh, so now you're saying I don't love you and I don't care about you. They twist your words, in order to escape accountability.
That's it, guys. They want to escape accountability and put the blame on you. Let's see the comment section. Women love to be held until it's time to be held accountable. Laughing because all the women are gaslighting in the comments. Don't think it's just a woman thing. Men do it too. I wish a man spoke to me this calm when telling me what he feels, lol. The delivery isn't bad at all. I find it hard to believe that there are women that wouldn't be receptive to this. This is considered emotional abuse. That's not my opinion. So now you're in an argument trying to defend yourself. I didn't say that, I didn't mean that. And you're trying to prove yourself. Stay woke, fellas. This guy's insights are dope, so I want you to listen to his description of hoes, especially how they behave.
You fucking a woman who's an active, they not gonna kiss you. They have to guard themselves from catching feelings and being because they know you only there for a good time, not a long time. And they know that that's devastating. Women who are, they have to detach themselves from anything intimate. Because if you out here, if you having a hot girl summer, you will literally drive yourself crazy. A woman will literally drive herself insane if she's sleeping around and catching feelings with all these men and these men just leaving her. That is always a good sign, a good telltale sign that a woman is a.
As you guys know, a woman is not programmed to be with multiple dudes. No matter what Cardi B or Nicki Minaj says, female promiscuity is detrimental not only to a woman, but also to her entire family because she'll be disgraced. Anyway, let's check the comments. And they still never want to hold themselves accountable for the type of guys they choose to talk to. I promise the reason I followed this guy is because everything he says I don't know, and it just confirms everything that I think. Oh, I've had my fun. Translation, I was voluntarily used back in the day, so now I'm pretending my habits have changed. PDTS, post-dicked down trauma syndrome. And that is exactly why you have a lot of beautiful women walking around with many psychological issues. This is why some of them are always high, drunk, or both. The red pill, the raw truth, or however you want to call it, is hard to swallow for modern women. Nowadays, a woman with lots of bodies and male friends who is a cheater is almost praised. Think of Anita, who openly says she's got boyfriends in every single city. But when a man is a cheater, he's just the devil incarnate.
What's your view then on male infidelity?
I think it's a bullshit feminine argument. When they look at the infidelity numbers, 28% of black men in relationships admit to having extramarital or extra-relational affair. You know what percentage of black women admit to having?
How many?
24. You separate about 4 percentage points. But the way the women talk about it is the men are cheating. No, y'all cheat too. Y'all are cheating more today because men cheating to you guys is we're inserting our penis in someone else. You guys will have male attention around you, which is cheating. You know, cheating to a man is if I'm paying her rent and buying her a car. That's cheating. Cheating for a man is if you're giving him your body and your attention. How many male friends did your grandmother have? How many male friends y'all got?
A few.
Exactly. So who's cheating?
If 24% admitted it, be sure that the real number is at least doubled. He was such a clear voice of intellectual reality. He really loved our community, our women, our men, and knew if both parties were willing to work, we would have better relationships and outcomes, i.e. marriages. 100% truth, but what gets me is how women think it's funny to have male friends and we're supposed to be okay with it, but we definitely can't have women friends at all. My ex tried that dumb shit and I ghosted her 2 years now. So men's standards are discrimination, but women's standards are preferences. Hell no. Thank God many men are finally waking up and not tolerating any disagreeable chick.
Literally. These super hyper successful women, they become the man that they're trying to attract. And what they don't realize is by them becoming successful and making this money, right? Well, we all know to make that kind of money, you have to have A-type personality. You have to be a dominant, assertive, competitive, aggressive, non-agreeable. These are all traits of higher earners. And these women that make this kind of money, well, congratulations, you make that money, but I don't want a chick like you. I want a girl that's like the opposite of me, feminine, docile, cute, etc. And the analogy I always use is, well, if I decided to wear heels on Saturdays, would you take me seriously? The girl always says, no, I wouldn't. So why the fuck do you think I would take you seriously when you act like a dude? But the problem is this, men are expected to accept masculine women, whereas women would never accept feminine men. And society applauds women for not accepting feminine men. But if I say I don't want no masculine ass chick, I'm a sexist, a misogynist, and a jerk. And the problem is that male standards are demonized while female standards are appraised.
Disagree, dominant women, because they never had dominant men in their lives. If a dominant woman found a good dominant man, then we would give up that dominant nature since we are safe. If you feel like you can't handle a dominant woman, then maybe it's time for you to ask, are you even dominant enough? My point is that his statement is for weak men who only settle in life and try to make that acceptable while bringing women who are fighting for a better life. Dominant women, don't let no one bring you down, hustle, get your bread, and life your best life.
Women.
I mean, it's true, life is hard, and some of these women have to do that in order to survive, and I get it. A legit successful dude does not need a successful partner. He needs the yin to his yang. Anyone who says otherwise is either a triggered female who doesn't see the logic or a dude who isn't actually hyper successful. Two alphas do not work the same way. Two betas can never lead. There you go. As a man, you probably know that you gotta go out there, but first, know what you want. So if you land a witch instead of a princess, your bros will just say, pull your socks up, deal with it, and move on. As for women, you know, they will bash external agents all day long instead of taking accountability. They go out there looking for careers, money, and education, hoping that will land them a Prince Charming.
Most women don't like most men. Okay? And if you guys don't believe me, when polled, Gen Z, all right, this is people born between 1995 to 2012, all right, women rank men 7th place behind travel, career, education, experiences, and starting a family. So men are at almost the bottom of the totem pole, all right, when it comes to marriage. And then millennial women, right, women in my age range, they're born 1981 to 1996, who aren't even hot anymore like that, okay, still rank finding a man at 4th place behind careers and education.
And God forbid you make less money than them, you're screwed, bro.
The most telling part is experiences, which has a lot to do with riding the D carousel and nothing with finding a Prince Charming. Finding a good man is not their top priority, plus most men are unattractive. Give me a break. A man is supposed to make 6 or even 7 figures and tick many boxes, while women choose careers over family, and even if they make good money, they won't settle for a guy making $50K a year. The trips to Dubai are expensive, you know, and these women don't want any modest plans. Let's take a look at the comments. Eve did the same shit to Adam, don't matter what year it is. Religious or not, the thing is that women often prioritize their feelings over their men. That's why most relationships fail. A man is all in, whereas the woman is always finding an excuse to cheat and move on to the next guy. Go to Costco and get a passport photo. You're one application away from finding a whole world full of people that aren't trash. That's funny. They need a man to start a family, but men still rank below having a family, gents. Value yourselves because most women won't. Starting a family is above men, so they don't want a family, just a kid. Gen Z women rank men behind starting a family. Think about that for a second. Well, women don't want men, but sperm banks. Wait, isn't this an objectification of men? Just saying. What's a high body count for you guys? Well, it depends on what your standards are, but this man's take is quite reasonable. Take a look.
With a high body count.
Depends on her age.
I mean, for me, you can do whatever you want, but for me, over 10 for me, it's just
Fair.
like, what are you doing? Like,
No matter the age. 25, 35.
I'm not dating women in their 30s.
Women think that having bedroom skills is all they need to retain a man, but that's just not true. When a man looks for a wife, he always prefers a modest woman over a 304. The comments are quite telling too. Ain't wrong. Ex-girlfriend whilst dating said she only slept with 2 guys before getting with me, and that turned out to be 7, which I still wouldn't believe. She said it meant nothing, but didn't realize it meant everything. Asking a woman's body count is pointless because you'll never get the real answer. You're better off focusing on her behavior. That will tell you all you need to know. 10 is too much, bruh. For me, 5 is a high body count for women. If their average BPY, bodies per year, is 2 or more, she's for the streets. Women care about a man's future, men care about a woman's past. 0 to 1, highly wifeable. 2 to 4, moderately wifeable. 5 and above, for the streets. When a woman wants a multi-millionaire, it's all good. You know, that's just her preference. But when a man wants a woman willing to cook for him, he's pretty much a patriarchal oppressor who doesn't support women's rights. This man's reactions to Cheyenne's question is funny though. Take a look.
What would you do if I couldn't cook?
Like, couldn't at all. We're eating out every time, and I'm cooking.
Yeah.
Are you trying to learn?
Could be, but what would you do?
If you're willing to learn, yeah, that's fine. But if you're not willing to learn and you never want to cook, yeah, I'll be your friend, innit? That's about
That's it.
Of course, I love food. You have no, I love food. If you can't make bundu or you can't make fufu, you can't make fumba, yeah, it's long.
Yeah.
I don't do boxes food. I'm not about that life now.
Can you cook?
Oh, hell yes, of course. My sister's a chef.
Nice.
My mom and tias always ask that question when I bring a girl home. There's no excuse, especially if you're raised in Mexican or Hispanic households. Translation, how would you feel if I did nothing but be a princess? She asked that question to 447 different men and got a version of the same answer each time. Guess what she's gonna keep asking men until she gets one that's fine with it. Then she's gonna say, see, all men don't want their women to cook. She just got friend-zoned. She probably can't cook. Are you trying to learn? Perfect response. That laugh was like, look at me girl, you better know how to cook. Guys, thanks for checking out this video. Stay tuned for more daily content. Like, subscribe, and comment. Don't forget to check out the pinned comment below and vote on the poll. Peace.